These are the examples for Geometry B, Credit 3, Lesson 15.3. Lesson 15.3, we're going to be working a little bit more with circles and quadrilaterals. This time they are not inscribed. As you can see, part of this four-sided figure here is outside the circle. But some of our same principles are still going to apply here. So what we have here, let's go ahead and read our directions. It says for 1 and 2, use the figure on the right. LK and LM are tangent to the circle. What does tangent mean? Tangent means they just touch the circle. They don't miss the circle. They don't go through the circle. They just touch the circle in one point, this point here at point M. Both KJ and MJ connect to the center of the circle at this point J here. All right, so now one of the things that we can know here is anytime you have an angle formed by a tangent line, so remember we said these are tangent or just touch the circle, a tangent line and the radius, so that's the center of the circle. So from the center to the edge, that's the radius. Let's go ahead and identify that. Of course, this is the radius as well up here. So at that point of tangency, they form a right angle. Same thing up here. There's a right angle. Well, if these are 90 and 90, 180 degrees, and remember in any quadrilateral, in any four-sided figure, all four angles add up to 360. So we need another 180 degrees, and we get that from these two angles here. So that tells us that these two angles are also add up to 180 degrees, or we can say that they're supplementary. So the first thing we want to do is find the measure of angle KJM. So again, these angles are supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees. So we could just say 180 minus 40 gives us 140 degrees. And so the measure of angle KJM would be 140 degrees. Next, we have measure of angle LMJ. So angle LMJ is this angle here that's formed by the tangent line. Let's go ahead and now don't confuse that with in our previous credit we talked about sine, cosine, and tangent. This is tangent line in this case means a line that's just touching the circle. And of course, this is also a tangent line as well over here because that's just touching the circle. Well, if we want to find the measure of angle LMJ, remember a moment ago we said that the angle formed by a tangent line and the radius at this, what we call point of tangency, is a right angle. And so any right angle measures 90 degrees. So the measure of angle LMJ has to be 90 degrees. No work on that one, so that's kind of nice. All right, so for problems 3 and 4, we're kind of doing the same thing, just the figures oriented slightly differently. And so we'll just go over another example here as well. So in this one, they want us to find the measure of angle BCD. And also what's different here, instead of giving you the angle that's outside the circle and ask to find the one that's here at the center, they give you this one and they ask you to find this one. But the process is the same because remember, these two angles here are going to be supplementary. So once again, supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees, or the sum of them is 180 degrees. So to find the measure of angle BCD, we would just take 180 minus 105, and that would give us 75 degrees. So the measure of angle BCD would be 75 degrees. For the measure of angle ABC is this angle here that's formed by this tangent line and this radius here at this point, what we call point of tangency. In fact, let's go ahead and put that here. We're going to put that in the last diagram. And remember, anytime we have a tangent line forming an angle with the radius at that point of tangency, that will always be a right angle. We saw that here as well, and then also here. And since all right angles measure 90 degrees, the measure of angle ABC will be 90 degrees. All right, so that's it for the examples for problems, for lesson 15.3. So as we always say, pause, rewind the videos. Let's get everything in the frame there. So if you want to pause it and study it. So again, pause, rewind the videos, take your time with the work, and I'm sure you'll do great. And until the next video, take care and God bless.